I love craft beer because it represents the spirit of independence and it gives so many avenues for creativity. So I've always loved cooking, and brewing was something that just came naturally because it allows me to experiment with ingredients and make something that makes people happy.
Are you an animal? Are you an animal?
Our top selling beer here it's always an IPA. IPAs are always the best selling beers. They're just the most popular. But unique to us is the Migratory, which is a toasted coconut cold ale, which we actually make with 50 pounds of toasted coconut that my sister and I actually toast by hand. But that's the top selling, and then after that is Friends Don't Lie, the American Pale Ale.
What is your name and what is your job role at the brewery?
My name is Emily Slayton, and I am one of the owners and brewers at Skeleton Key Brewery.
What is the story behind the name Skeleton?
So the idea behind the Skeleton Key is the idea of one key that can open many different doors. So when we were first planning the business, we knew that we wanted to make beer, right? We wanted to make beer, that was our goal. But we also liked the idea of helping other people learn more about beer or get started in the business themselves. So the way that we thought about it was as if there were 3 different doors that this one key can open. And the first one is, this door to just appreciating and enjoying craft beer through experiencing it directly, right, by drinking it. And the second way would be to learn more about the background about beer, how it's made, its history, all the different styles. So this educational component, this learning, would be the next door. And then the third door is our incubator program, where we actually bring somebody, 1 or 2 people on at a time for 12 weeks. And they come to the brewery and work with us every single day that they can be here. And so that by doing that, we help open the door to their future in beer. So perhaps them opening their own doors.
Oh, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
What is the process of canning your beer?
Of canning our beer? So canning is, we actually hire mobile canners who have their own rig, and so they just pull up, set it up. The first thing that they have to do is they have to sanitize the entire thing, because once beer is in the package, if there's anything in there that's unsanitary, it's going to spoil that beer, right? And the whole point of a can is to keep the beer as fresh as possible. So they sanitize the whole rig. They have all of our cans there. They already have the labels on them and everything. They have no top on them. And they load those in through one hopper and load the lids in through another hopper. And it gets hooked up to an air compressor and some carbon dioxide. Because you need carbon dioxide to get rid of the oxygen out of the cans before you fill it with beer, because oxygen makes beer go stale. So they set all that up, and then they just start running the cans through the line. The beer itself, we have to chill down pretty cold. It actually is usually at about 31 degrees when we can it. So it has to be very, very cold. That way you minimize the amount of foam that's produced, because obviously if it foams up, you're gonna lose beer.
Right.
That make sense?
Yep.
Cool.
And my last question is, what does the future hold for your brewery?
Well, that is a good question. I mean, right now we're growing and growing and growing. And so right now, the biggest thing for us is figuring out a way to make that sustainable while also making it still special to our patrons. So one of the big things about our brewery is just that we like to think is that we foster a sense of community here. So the regulars who come in here, they know each other, they talk to each other. And as you get bigger, you kind of worry about losing that and becoming more faceless, not as special. So for us right now, that's really the challenge, is figuring out, as we're growing as quickly as we are, how to still maintain that personal touch. Hopefully, eventually someday we'll have room for expansion. We want to add some more tanks very soon, and then we're throwing a couple big parties this year.
Oh, that would sound amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
All of the art coding maples is awesome.
What is your name and your job role at the brewery?
My name is Paul Slayton. I am, co-owner, and I'm taproom manager. I'm in charge of sales and distro and a little bit of everything else that goes on around here.
What special name do the beer names you brew here have?
Well, our beer names have a lot of just kind of fun stories behind them in the sense that they're all just kind of referencing pop culture stuff that we like. So we got, a lot of our names come out of movies and TV and comic books and video games. We got a beer named after Back to the Future. We got a beer named after the Goonies. We got a beer named after Scott Pilgrim. We just like to keep it fun and keep people guessing, and people love coming in here and trying to figure out what all our names are from. Actually.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about the artwork we see inside the brewery?
Well, the artwork we have done in the brewery, like our big mural, is done by my brother-in-law, Matt. He is a great artist, and he did the big 16-foot high mural in our tap room for us. He also does some of our t-shirt designs, some of our can label art, some of our bottle label art, so he helps us out a lot with those things. Beyond that, anything else you see in our place that's framed on a wall is generally just something that me and my wife have bought and collected over the years and have been looking for a place to put it up. And finally, when we opened our own brewery, we had a place to put up all the posters and stuff that we had for so long, sitting in a box in our closet.
I love the artwork in here.
Well, thank you.
And the last question is, what are some activities and events you host here?
We do a lot of stuff here. I mean, we have, every third Thursday, we have a DJ that comes out for the night, which is a lot of fun. We do a lot of live music and food trucks on the weekends. Usually 3 times out of the month on weekends, we'll have live music and food trucks. We'll have food trucks pretty much every weekend, Friday and Saturday that we can. We do a lot of charity events here. We've done stuff with the Ronald McDonald House, with the Die Hard Foundation, with the local police department, with Special Olympics. A lot of the programs that we also offer are classes. My wife and I both teach for the Business of Craft Beer program at COD, as well as offering our own classes through Skeleton Key Brewery. We do a lot of styles classes, we'll do yeast management classes, we'll do homebrew classes. So a lot of these things that we do help bring people in to want to check out our brewery and taste our beer, as well as learn more about the art of beer itself.
Well, very cool.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
My name is
Are you ready to drink some
Yep, let's have some beers. One of our home away from home. After me?
After you.
Thank you, sir. What are you gonna have for your first frosty one tonight?
I love the Friends on Life, but Meyer Tour is always good. Got some amazing artwork here.
Over here then. Already in here. And then
Can you state your name?
John Raisman.
How long have you been coming to Skeleton Key Brewery?
Oh, probably about a year and a half or so. They've been open 2 years. We found out about them through, actually you told me about them, and we learned about them from you and a friend of yours, so.
Right, first David had told me about.
And then we started coming, so became members and just enjoyed it.
And can you tell us what it means to be a member here?
Well, being a member is, it's when you come in, you get you pay your membership dues and you get a card, Plus, people know you. They get, you know, and you come in, and a lot of the people all know each other. The members, it almost comes like a family. It comes like on a first name basis, and you see people every day and say hi to them. And again, it's almost like the old Cheers show where, you know, you walk in the bar and everybody knows your name.
Right, like there's no new faces. Everyone knows you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's, you know, and it's in the bartenders, and then you get to meet other people, and you make a lot of new friends.
What would your favorite beer be?
That's a good question. I mean, they have so many good ones. It's almost hard to pick a favorite. Probably one of my all-time favorites is the Migratory, because they continually make that because I like the coconut flavored, but I like the variations of that they do on it. And then one of my all-time favorites probably has always been the barrel-aged race car.
Right, the one that was in rye whiskey.
Mm-hmm. And it was in the wooden barrels that gave it the whiskey flavor, you know, flavored beer. So.
What has been your favorite events to host here?
Well, I haven't gotten here, but I heard Wally Waffles is supposed to be awesome, and then but they have some great bands. They have a lot of bands that come in and they play, you know, concerts in here in the back of the brewery area, and you know, it's a lot of fun to come. And we've had come to the anniversary parties, and then they always have food trucks out there, so you always get something different.
What would your definition of craft beer be?
I would say craft beer is more of a home brew. It's not a production run made. I mean, granted they could make it in quantity, but it's a beer that's developed for a specific taste.
All right, well, thanks for your time.
All right, well, thank you.
Can you state your name?
My name's David.
How long have you been coming to Skeleton Key Brewery?
Since their opening day, almost 2.5 years, almost 3 years.
Yeah, I believe you were the person that told me about this place.
Yep, I'm here all the time, so I wouldn't doubt that.
What is your favorite beer they brew here?
Probably their friends don't lie.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite too.
Yep, either that or they're snuffed out.
Oh yeah, the Imperial Stout.
Yep.
What would your definition of craft beer be?
Something that's not mass produced and has heart in it. Probably.
What has your favorite events here been?
They have a DJ MF, who comes out every third Thursday of every month, and I really like coming out to see this like folky band, Tank and the Bees. And of course, the members' parties. You can't go wrong with the members' parties.
Right, those are always amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the anniversary party.
Always.
So, what was your reaction when you came here for the first time?
Wow. Good beer, close to home. Hey, I'll come here again.
What would you say you like best about Skeleton Key?
Oh, what I like best? The environment with the people. I guess that people really make the environment. There's so many bests about it. I mean, it all comes together like full circle. Like the beer, the people, the environment, the style.
Right, it's just a craft beer community. Everyone knows your name.
Yep.
I heard they're trying to expand their business here too.
I sure hope so. I would definitely love to see them expand in the future.
What would you say about having beer outside if they had beer garden?
That would be great. I would love that, especially in the summertime. I'd come here even more.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for your time.
All right.